Hi, Hilal. Let's take a look at this set of essays here. Okay, it's better to learn things in a group than individually. Let's see what you said. Some people consider that it is much more effective to learn in a group as compared to an individual approach. While there are some benefits of self-learning, on the whole, the advantages of group learning are numerous, and as such, I am in favor of the latter approach to increase overall effectiveness. Lovely. In order to increase the amplitude of learning, I don't know if that's the best word here, Hilal. I'm not really sure what word would be better. Maybe we'll come up with something, but for the time being, let's just assume that this is not the right word. So, in order to increase learning, a self-study method can be considered a plausible approach for different reasons. Firstly, most individuals rely on their own notes to learn anything, and as a result, these help them to accomplish any given task quickly. These individuals have trained their minds to boost their outcome by relying on their handwritten notes, and so it might be an effective way of learning for them. For example, there was a documentary on the Discovery Channel which concluded that individual learning for some people can increase their effectiveness manifold. I don't know if that's the best word here, as they have trained in such a way all their life. Another reason this approach can be considered better for learning is that individual learning is self-paced. It is not dependent on others, and as a result, a person can learn at their own pace. To illustrate, some children in schools perform better in home tasks as compared to tasks completed in classrooms, as the former method allows them to learn things at their own rate. Therefore, the self-paced learning and reliance on handwritten notes can make individual learning an effective method. Okay, let's move on. Despite the above reasons for self-learning, the advantages of group learning are numerous, as well as practical. Firstly, in groups, a person can learn from other people passively, in contrast to the individual approach, which is all active learning. To illustrate, survival training workshops are always done in groups, as this approach provides a platform for individuals to absorb knowledge passively from active participants. Secondly, another reason is that group learning, a major task, can be subdivided into many parts to increase the overall effectiveness. By opting for this technique, any given task can be completed in less time, not less amount of time, with more precision. To illustrate, there was a documentary on the operational expertise of NASA, in which, that's how you do this, because you already said in this documentary. So, in which it was conclusively decided, backed by research, that the benefits of group tasking outweigh the individual approach. You have to change some things here. Let's try it again. So it was conclusively decided, backed by research, that the benefits of group tasking outweigh those of the individual approach when effectiveness was considered. Hence, the benefits include an opportunity for passive learning and decreased amount of time needed to complete any given task. All right, fair enough, good. To conclude, although the individual learning method can increase effectiveness for some people because it provides a means to learn from handwritten notes as well as self-pacing, the advantages of group learning are practical and manifold, which are an opportunity for passive learning and overall less amount of time taken to complete any given task. All right. This is fine, although some of the language feels a little repetitive. Look at this. Complete any given task, complete any given task. I need you to show novel language. I need you to show different vocabulary rather than what has already been said, okay? So be careful with that. Other than that, it was really nice. It was very well developed, well structured. No real concerns. Just a few little things. Be careful with some of that repetitive language. Even here, you said self-paced, pace, and then etc. at their own rate. So you really just changed this. You've really just changed it to be very similar. You just changed the word. So I would have changed the syntax altogether. So as the former method allows them to learn things according to the rate that is comfortable for them. Okay, so you see how that changes the syntax around a little bit? That's what I would have liked to see. Otherwise, it was lovely. Okay, good job. So let's look at your second task. Okay, so here's your second essay. Some people feel that teacher training courses can make anyone a teacher, while others feel an excellent teacher cannot be made by pursuing a course. Okay, Teaching is often considered an innate quality, in contrast to an acquired trait by taking up different training courses, and as such, many believe debate. That's awkward. How about, and as such, many debate the efficacy of training courses. Yeah, get rid of the believe. That's what's making the sentence wrong. Indeed, in my mind, there is convincing evidence that the training courses, not the training courses, but just training courses. Let's try it again. In my mind, there is convincing evidence that training courses can make excellent teachers, yet the argument that a good teacher is born with qualities cannot be neglected altogether. Good, I like that thesis sentence. Let's see what you wrote. To begin with, the most significant qualities of an excellent teacher, they shouldn't be is, because you said qualities. So, to begin with, the most significant qualities of an excellent teacher are conveying complex ideas in simple ways and the ability to recognize weak students. These qualities require passion for teaching and as a result cannot be taught in diploma courses. These traits separate an average teacher from an excellent one. Many students like those teachers whose methods of teaching are simpler and easy for the whole class. Moreover, many weak students are often too shy and try to hide their failures in understanding topics. This is awkward. Try to hide their failures. Try to hide their difficulty in understanding topics would make more sense. Consistent with the line of thinking, these things cannot be taught in courses. Only gifted, semicolon here. Only gifted teachers can recognize such subtle changes and be simplistic in their teaching methods at the same time. To illustrate, there was a documentary broadcasted on the Discovery Channel in which students were interviewed to grade their teachers. Surprisingly, most students who chose teachers that emphasized weak students, get rid of the on, of the class, in contrast to highly qualified teachers. Therefore, when it comes to an excellent teacher, the qualifications are not important as much as methodology in taking care of the weaker pupils. All right, very developed. I'm so developed that I actually think you could have gotten rid of a couple of sentences as it might have been a little repetitive. Like, I wasn't really a huge fan of this little sentence right here. I think you could have either gotten rid of it or you could have somehow condensed it into the previous sentence, okay? Okay, so fine. Let's move on. On the other hand, training can make teachers well equipped with changing dynamics of teaching methods. Furthermore, by continuously refreshing teaching techniques and going under evaluation, the teachers can refine their qualities and stand out as compared to an average teacher who relies on old methods in this modern era. No comma. These courses offer insights backed by ample research, no ES here, in order to increase the effectiveness of teaching, and as such can make any person willing to put in the effort. And as such can make any person willing to put in. Okay, I get it now. Let me try it again. In order to increase the effectiveness of teaching, and as such can make any person willing to put in the effort an excellent teacher. All right, there really isn't any place where you can put a comma here, but it's very good, but it has to be read appropriately. Okay, so for example, a conclusion drawn from a fresh study conducted, I don't like fresh study really, from a recent study conducted by Oxford University, get rid of the, capitalize U, states that teaching courses can make a significant impact in making an excellent teacher. Hence, these courses can provide teachers tools to help them become better, and these diplomas also offer newer techniques as well as critical evaluation for anyone who wants to become an excellent teacher. All right. Look at this. Excellent teacher, excellent teacher, excellent teacher. Couldn't you have come up with a different word here? It was a little repetitive. So think of some other synonym, some other way to rephrase this so you don't have to repeat this same expression 3 times in one paragraph. To conclude, there are some qualities that cannot be taught in courses, such as making complex ideas simple and recognizing weak students of the class. However, I believe that the teaching courses can aid teachers to develop, to incorporate, to adopt the newest techniques, as well as undergo evaluation to adjust themselves to become successful. Okay. Like I said earlier, I think that there were probably a couple of sentences in each of the paragraphs that you could have gotten rid of. You could have condensed a little more. But on the whole, it's really well written. You use some really complex grammar here that I actually had to reread a couple of times in order to read it correctly. That's fine. That's neither good nor bad, but it was complex, so that's a good job for you. Good vocabulary, some mistakes, but on the whole, it was a good essay. All right, let's see what else we have. Okay, Hilal, so great job, well developed. Certainly in terms of task achievement, you're doing very well. Grammar, also very well. I just wanted to look at your thesis again. It looks like here, let me see what you wrote. Training courses can make excellent teachers, yet a good teacher is born with innate qualities, cannot be neglected. So what are you essentially telling us on the whole? Do you side with one over another? All right, it sounds like this is stronger, the fact that you think teachers can be taught. That's what I feel like here. Let me think. So, okay, if that's the case, then your order of paragraphs is also accurate. No, good job. It's very developed. It's very good. You're really on your way. I'm certain you're going to do very well. So I think you have one more essay with us left. You're doing a great job, so I will wait to see what you write the next time. Keep at it. Great job, and I'll be looking forward to your next essay.